Uh, it's Monday morning. I just can't wake up. One of those mornings. I feel bloated. Oh, sexy, huh? Right? Uh, it's Monday. Time is just crawling by, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Oh. It's lunchtime. Half the day down. Oh, yes. Whoa. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The workday is over. Thank heavens. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Gotta get home. Gotta get home. Gotta get home. Because, oh no, it is Monday. And you know what that means. It's Mondays with Marc. Hi everybody, I'm Marc. Welcome to Mondays with Marc, and we are on SmokeySteveAndMarc. Oh yes we are. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about tonight's episode. I know, I say that every time, but it's true every time. I can't help it. Now tonight's episode was one that we tried to do last week, right? But we had the misfortune of deleting all of the footage, so I just redid it today. Oh my gosh, we're gonna make a low country boil. Now, if you've never had one, I would recommend trying it because it is very easy to do and it's super super delicious, okay? And of course I'm gonna have a twist to it, so we'll get to that in a minute, because first let's take care of some business. How are you doing? It's so nice to see you, let me tell you. You're looking good. You really are. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you have an even better week ahead of you, you know. We had a pretty busy weekend here. It was very hot, extremely hot, as it still is today. It broke 100 yesterday, so we're right in the middle of a heat wave. But I mean, it's summer. That's gonna happen, right? You know, I mean, I could complain, but like soon enough, I'm gonna be complaining about all the snow. So I guess I better enjoy it while I can. I don't know, but yeah, I do hope you're doing well, and yeah, it is nice to see you. It was a busy day at work today again, and I genuinely love our time together on Mondays with Marc, where it's just you and I spending a little QT, right? Anyway, I'd like to thank you all who stopped by our live last night. Again, it was just such a nice time. It really was. We do that every Sunday at 6 o'clock, so if you haven't checked one out yet, check us out next Sunday, 6 o'clock on our channel. 6 o'clock our time, that is. And, oh, I also wanted to thank you all for the very nice comments from Friday's video, the ice cream cake. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. You don't know how much it means to me when, I don't know, when you like something that I like or that I did, you know. It really means a lot. It does. So I'm very happy that you liked it. They turned out good, didn't they? Oh my gosh. I made another one since then too. It's become a favorite here. So anyway, that was all that. I don't really think there's any other business to. I mean, I got a package today. Maybe we'll open it later and see what's inside of it. Yeah, maybe we will. We'll see. Let me put it aside for now, though. So, tonight, we are going to make a low country boil, okay? And I said there's a twist to it because I'm going to share with you my recipe and how to make it outside on the grill. Oh yeah, it's really good. Traditionally, it's made in a stock pot, you know, like everything's thrown into a stock pot and boiled, you know, inside. But I'm going to show you how we can do the same thing, but on the grill outside, all right? Now, some of the side dishes you can serve with it would be, I think the most obvious one would be coleslaw, a nice fresh coleslaw with it. You could also serve cornbread, a tossed salad, even a fruit salad would be fantastic. And dessert, ice cream cake, of course. The ice cream cake that we made prior to the one on Friday kind of fit in with the theme of a Low Country boil. I made a Southern bourbon ice cream cake, and it really complemented it well. But I was kind of stuck on what dessert to make with a Low Country boil, so I had to do a little research. And did you know the #1 dessert served with a Low Country boil is anything chocolate? It was very surprising to me, but I mean, it makes sense. You know, you got the seafood and I mean, it makes sense, I guess. But let's see, right coming in on #2 was key lime pie, and a close runner-up was blueberry pie. I thought those were pretty interesting, you know. But anyway, we're not talking about desserts or sides today. We're talking about the main course, and that's a grilled Low Country boil. So let's get to it, okay? All right. Hey guys, alright, so we are in the kitchen and we are going to make our Low Country boil. Alright, now traditionally, this dish, all the ingredients are just thrown into a stock pot and then everything's brought to a boil. And lots of people have their own variations and have their own recipes for this dish, and I'm going to share with you my recipe. But of course, it has a twist to it because I'm going to show you how you can make it right on the grill outside. Oh yeah, it's a grilled Low Country boil, alright? So, let's get right to the ingredients, okay? So, for this dish, you will need about a pound of shrimp. I got the jumbo shrimp, and it's up to you if you want to clean it and devein it. That's totally up to you. Traditionally, it's just thrown right in there, and there's 2 reasons for that. One, it does add another layer of flavor to it if you leave the skin and the, everything on it. And also, since this dish is served to the masses and they tend to eat it pretty quick because it's good, literally peeling the shrimp before you eat it slows them down a little bit. Got that. Okay, so you'll need a pound of shrimp. We also need about a dozen or 2 dozen little neck clams. Another tip for the clams is I soaked these in very cold water with about 2 tablespoons of flour in it. What that does is it helps the clams spit out any sand that might be left in them, okay? And we got a pound of sausage. Yum. So, whatever type of sausage you like, Endlay sausage, you could use chorizo sausage. I'm using a mixture of hot and sweet Italian sausage. Now, if you get the links, you're going to want to cut them into about 1-inch pieces like this. Now, another tip. Pop your sausage into the freezer for about 15 minutes before you cut it because, I don't know, when you're cutting raw sausage, sometimes that can be, a pain, right? That'll chill it just enough to make it firm enough to get you a nice slice in there, okay? Alright, in addition to that, we'll need some corn. This is 2 ears of fresh corn, which has been husked and cleaned and cut into about 1.5 inch chunks, like so. 1 red onion, also cut into chunks. You're going to need 1 stick of butter, cut into chunks. And we need some potatoes. This is about 8 to 10 new potatoes. You could use red potatoes, fingerlings, whichever you like. I'm using a combination of red and new potatoes here. Now, because we're making this a very simple dish, you want to make sure that everything cooks evenly. So just make sure when you cut them that they're all basically the same size so that they all cook together, okay? You're also going to need 1/2 cup of fresh chopped Italian parsley, straight from the garden, of course. Salt and pepper. 1 lemon, which we sliced fairly thick, as you can see. And you want to reserve maybe 2 or 3 slices like this, and I'll show you why later, okay? I have here 8 cloves of garlic, just a rough chop like that. And then you'll also need some water, about 2 cups. And for an extra burst of flavor, you could also make this with a can of beer or use some white wine. Oh yeah, that makes it really tasty. Now for the seasoning, probably the most important part of this recipe. Now, any type of seasoning will work, especially seafood seasoning. Old Bay works wonderful. Zatarain's has a great seafood seasoning. I'm using this frog boil that one of our viewers sent us to use. It's become, I think, my favorite seasoning. As you can see, I'm almost out of it. And you'll need at least 1/3 of a cup. You can go as much as 1/2 a cup, even 3/4 of a cup, depending on how spicy you would like it. I'm using 1/3 of a cup, okay? So, those are our ingredients, and the next step is we need to go heat up the grill, all right? Howdy. So, at this point, we're going to want to preheat our grill to medium high, about 300, maybe 400 degrees, okay? And a little bit of history about this dish. Pretty interesting stuff here. This dish was originally called the Frogmore Stew, and it was named after a guy by the name of Richard Gay and the hometown that he grew up in. Now, he had the duty of feeding hundreds and hundreds of soldiers, so he dug back into his family recipes and he found a recipe for a dish that used anything readily available, locally sourced, and was thrown into a big pot, and it fed the masses, right? So he tried it, and it was an instant hit. Now, years later, when the U.S. Postal Service dropped the name Frogmore, the dish had to be renamed, and thus the Low Country Boil was born. Interesting stuff, huh? Okay, let's get back to it. And we're back. Alright, so now let's assemble everything. So, as far as a pan goes, I'm using a regular roaster pan like this. You could use those disposable aluminum pans. They work really good. Even a 9x13 pan will work as well. Now, the recipe that we're making today will feed about 4 to 6 people. Well, depending on those people, of course. So you just want your pan to be the size according to the number of people you're going to feed. This recipe, like I said, is very versatile. You can add more ingredients to make a bigger dish, and you can take some away if you want it a little bit smaller, if you're just serving 2 maybe, okay? But for purposes of today, I'm using a roasting pan, and we're doing a recipe that'll feed 4 to 6 people. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take some olive oil, about maybe 2 tablespoons or so. Put it in the bottom, just like so, all right? And we're going to add first our sausage, just like so, and our corn, and our potatoes. All right. Now we're going to kind of move them around a little just to try to get some of that olive oil on them first, okay? All right, perfect. Oh yeah. Okay, that's good. Next, we're going to add our onions. Like so. Okay, our shrimp. So, all of our parsley. Okay, and our garlic. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to give them a hefty pinch of pepper and salt and our seasoning. Okay, now this is the fun part. Get all mixed up here. Try to get those seasonings, over everything, as best as you can. This is going to cook down, so it'll all get incorporated. It totally will. But I just like getting all messy and doing this. Perfect opportunity to sing to your dish. It won't turn out as good if you don't. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Okay. All right. Now, next we're going to add... Clean my hands off. All right, so next we're going to add... Where is it? Okay, our lemons. We're just going to put our lemons like so, just on top like that. And we're going to take our butter and just kind of sprinkle it on top here. What's going to happen is this butter is going to melt down, and the liquid we put in it is all going to cook together, and it's going to make a delicious juice at the end. Just wait till you see it. I mean, that's probably why it's called a boil, right? Okay. Then last but not least, we're going to put our clams right on top. Move them around. Just like that. Nice. Okay. Finally, one more pinch of salt, and one more pinch of pepper. All right, so now we're going to add our liquid. All right, so now you want to judge how much you're going to put in. I'm assuming this is going to take at least a cup, maybe 2 cups, okay? All you want to do is to be able to see it all around the outside of your pan. It's coming up over there. Okay, yeah, it is. Perfect. That was just about 2 cups of water in there. And like I said, you could use a can of beer or even some white wine for a very, very delicious dish. Now, okay, now this is going to, it's my anchor. Okay, so now we're going to cover it with our aluminum foil. And you want to make sure that it's sealed pretty good because we want it to form some steam in there. So we're going to wrap it real tight with some aluminum foil. If you have some heavy-duty foil, that's even better, all right? So you just want to make sure that this is completely covered and sealed, and we're going to go down and put it on the grill, all right? By this time, our grill should be heated to at least 300 to 400 degrees. We're going to pop it on the grill, and we're going to turn our flames down to medium, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to check it in about 20 minutes, all right? We'll see you then. Okay, so it's been exactly 25 minutes, so let's check it and see what we have. At this point, you're going to want to check it and see what it looks like. We're looking, oh, oh, yes. Okay, so what you want to look for is that all of your clams are open, and they are, and you want to make sure your shrimpies are just a little bit pinked and cook all the way through, which they are, and your potatoes are tender, as is your corn, and it is. Oh, perfect. This smells so delicious. Okay, so at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to take all the foil off of it, leave it uncovered, leave it in the grill for 10 minutes, and that'll get that nice grilled smoky flavor infused right in there. And that's it. I'll see you at the table. Oh yeah, now it's time to dig in. Now doesn't that look delicious? Oh my gosh. Like, I can't imagine somebody not wanting this. This is so good. Oh my gosh. And like I said, this is like the best part. Serve this with some crusty bread and you are in. Now, as far as the tablescape goes, traditionally, this is you can set your table covered with newspapers. That's how they usually serve it traditionally. Some brown craft paper works really good, but always remember you need a serving bowl and everybody can pick what they want, and always serve a side bowl, and that'll be for all of our shells and scraps. And to take it to the next step, don't forget your fingertip bowl. You thought I forgot about those 2 slices of lemons, huh? Oh yeah. And then, I mean, like with this is gonna knock the socks off of your guests, let me tell you. I'm totally ready to dig in. So I do want to say thank you so much for watching. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun doing this with you today. And as I was coming up with this dish, I had a package delivered today, so I thought I would see what it is and show you. And it is wax. Oh yeah, next Monday on Mondays with Marc, we're gonna make some candles. Oh yeah, definitely tune in for that one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know when we have a new video out. We're on Facebook, SmokeySteveAndMarc. I'll be sure to post this on Facebook so you can print it out and make it yourself. If you do make it, send me pictures, okay? Okay? We're also on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. We're on the Twitter. Our handle is at SmokeySteveA. And all of our contact information is listed below. Our email address, our P.O. box, everything's listed below, okay? I am ready to dig in. How about you? Remember, everybody, stay safe, stay well, but above all else, stay positive, okay? I'll see you next time. Mwah, ciao!